One that I've been meaning to review for quite some time. I've reviewed a few, and I've mentioned this one in past lists, but I reviewed a few of the fragrances from this line, and this is probably the one that I enjoy wearing the most, that being Azzaro Pour Homme Hot Pepper. So stay tuned. So even this is a tester bottle that I picked up from Kingdom Fragrances quite a while back. We'll take a look at the white tester box anyways. Here you can see it's just a standard white tester Azzaro Pour Homme box, because this, I believe it's, I forgot what the collection's called, Sensual something or another. But here you see demonstration. Size of the fragrance, Azzaro Pour Homme Hot Pepper. It is an eau de toilette. Nothing going on, a little bit of fragrance info right here. I don't even think they have a batch code stamped. Yeah, they do. Batch code stamped right up here, but just a basic white box. Then in regards to this bottle, it is standard fare for the Azzaro Pour Homme line. This has a purplish, black to purple gradient design. It goes either a super, super deep that looks black purple down into a shade of purple that comes all the way down to clear. Azzaro Pour Homme Hot Pepper does show that it is a tester here on the back. A little bit of info down there. Cap holds into place. Basic plastic stuff across the entire line. The solid atomizer. Let's get into the scent. So you'll see it's a crazy simple 3-note note breakdown. And you do get everything listed, but I feel like there's a bit more going on here than just chili pepper, pink pepper, and cashmeran. So you do get that red pepper spice up top. There is a slight sweetness to the spice, which is due to that pink pepper, because pink pepper is a sweet pepper spice type of smell. It definitely leans more sweet than spicy. I've touched on this recently in other reviews where pink pepper is dominant. It does add a bit of an aromatic nature. Pink pepper is good about that. It's used pretty often in heavily aromatic fragrances that are more barbershop style and stuff like that. Most notably fragrances like Creed Viking. It adds a nice, bright, aromatic, sweet, peppery type of smell in the opening. Here you get a lot of that from the pink pepper as well, but you do get a lot more warmth because it has that chili pepper. That adds a lot hotter type of spice to it. And when I say hotter, I don't just mean warm. I mean it's got a red hot pepper type of smell. I love that kind of stuff. I love spicy fragrances. That's no secret ever since the beginning of this channel. And this is a great cheap spicy fragrance. You can find these for 30 some odd dollars. When I got this tester, it was right around like $27, $28, and I'm not sure what they're going for currently because this was well over a year ago. This was late 2019, I want to say. No, it might have been like mid 2020, late 2020 that I got my hands on this Naughty Leather and Ginger Lover. I have 3 of the 5. Oh, and I have Wild Mint, so I have 4 of 5, sorry. The only one I don't have is Amber Fever. And they're all great fragrances. All of them in their own right are great. It's a lovely collection from Azzaro. And this is probably the highlight for me. Even though I love Ginger Lover, Wild Mint's great in the spring, Naughty Leather is something different that's great for this time of year. This is just such a spicy, cheap delight. The scent profile on it is lovely. It will remind you slightly of the original Spice Bomb, but I in no way think that's exactly what they're going for. There's some similarities, but as it starts to settle in from that top note into the heart and dry down, it becomes a bit more musky and woody than overall aromatic and warm spicy. The warm spice stays there but starts to fade to the back, and this smooth woody nature with this muskiness, this light, almost dry type of muskiness comes in. So it's not a real complex type of fragrance. Even though I think there is a little bit more going on for it than the 3-note note breakdown, it still is a simple scent profile overall where it starts off red hot spicy, slightly sweet and aromatic, and it settles into this dry musky nature with this smooth woody tone with a light touch of that warm spice hanging around in the background. Performance. Not breaking any molds here, no beast by any means. 5 to 6 hour fragrance, nothing spectacular, right in that average ballpark, which I'm good with. It's not like it's some $300 fragrance. For the scent profile, sure, would I like it to be more in the 6 to 8 hour range? Yes, but I don't believe that's the end of the world. If you spray your clothes with this one, you could probably get a bit more life out of it. How long, I'm not sure, but it would definitely extend beyond what I'm getting on my skin. Obviously, what you get on skin is going to vary from what I get. You may get more, you may get less. I don't know your skin chemistry. I can just go off of my particular experiences with this fragrance. And I'm good with the 5 to 6 hours. Does not bother me. Actually, it was my scent of the day today. I did spray each shoulder of this shirt, and I didn't really clock how long it stayed, honestly. But wearing this one today sparked me to want to do the review. It's not my first time wearing it. I've worn it many times. I've just kind of, I guess, had it in the back of my mind and never got around to doing a full review on it, and that's why I'm bringing this video to you today. And it's one that's average across the board, not super loud, though it is bright and aromatic. For being so spicy up top, it's not overwhelming. It is heavy in that first hour, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say heavy like a room filler, but it's pretty heavy overall, a few feet out, maybe a little bit beyond an arm's length in that realm for about an hour. Then the following hour, it does sit a bit closer, I would say, just a few feet out. So in that average range, nothing room filling, nothing too heavy, but heavy enough in the first hour, hour and a half to second hour. And then after that, of course, it does sit a bit close to the skin. It's got a moderate to mild scent trail where you will get wafts of it throughout the day. When you turn, when you back up, the wind catches a certain way, you will smell yourself. Though I have never personally gotten a compliment with this fragrance. If you happen to walk by somebody that likes spicy fragrances, I could see them wanting to pay you a nice compliment. But for the 2 handfuls or so of wearings I've given this fragrance, I've personally never gotten a compliment from it. But I do deem it to be a very good mass appealing spicy fragrance that I could see in certain situations having the potential to garner a compliment, though I wouldn't deem it a compliment magnet because I've never gotten one personally. Overall, I'm not even going to call this a must try. I do think it's delightful. I do think it's worth the money. If you love spicy fragrances, probably worth a blind buy. Slightly redundant to Spice Bomb, though like I said before, not exactly like Spice Bomb. This has a bit more sweetness and muskiness going for it, I find, than Spice Bomb. The tobacco kind of helps change Spice Bomb's DNA much more from this particular fragrance. That's got a bit more going for it. This is a more simplified version of, in the realm of the Spice Bomb vibe, but like I said, not a clone in my opinion. It kind of does its own thing, especially as it starts to dry down. But if you can get your nose on it, it's absolutely worth trying. Like I said, if you love spicy fragrances, I think it's blind buy safe if you're into spicy fragrances. But not a must-have. Definitely not. If you have other better spicy fragrances out there, you're okay, and it's not one that you just have to add to your collection, in my opinion. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have this or have gotten your nose on it, and what do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. I'm interested to see some of you guys' experience with this that have tried it or have owned it or had it in the past. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on hot pepper from Azzaro and you give it a spray now, I don't know, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.